What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, smash that subscribe button because today we're spilling the tea on one of the most anticipated celebrity honeymoons of the year. We're talking about Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. And trust me, you are not going to believe where these two lovebirds are planning to escape for their romantic getaway. This honeymoon destination was chosen for a very specific reason that has everything to do with Benny Blanco's personal fears, and it's a detail that makes this whole story so much more intimate and real. Alright, let's not waste any time. Where are Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco rumored to be spending their honeymoon? Mexico. Yes, you heard that right. And before you think it's just another typical vacation spot, let me tell you why this choice is absolutely fascinating and completely different from your typical celebrity honeymoon story. Most A-list celebrities, when they get married, jet off to some ultra-exclusive private island in the Maldives, or they go to Bora Bora, or maybe the Amalfi Coast in Italy. They hop on private jets. They fly halfway around the world. They make it this grand, luxurious affair. But Selena and Benny? They're doing things completely differently, and the reason is both heartwarming and incredibly revealing. Here's where it gets really interesting, guys. According to insider sources and rumors that have been circulating, Mexico wasn't just chosen because it's stunning. Though let's be real, it absolutely is. It was chosen because of something very personal to Benny Blanco. Are you ready for this? Benny Blanco is reportedly afraid of flying in planes. I know. A world-famous music producer who has worked with literally everyone from Ed Sheeran to Justin Bieber to Halsey, someone who you'd think would be constantly flying around the world for his career, has a fear of flying. And this fear has directly influenced one of the most important trips of his life, his honeymoon with Selena Gomez. So, here's the genius part. Mexico was specifically chosen because of the road connection between the USA and Mexico. That's right. Instead of flying, Benny and Selena can literally drive to their honeymoon destination. They can take a romantic road trip across the border, enjoy the journey together, and Benny never has to set foot on an airplane. How romantic is that? Selena is literally accommodating her partner's fears and turning what could be a limitation into an adventure. That, my friends, is what real love looks like. Now, you might be thinking, so they're going to Mexico, big deal. But let me explain why this is actually a huge deal and why it tells us so much about Selena and Benny's relationship. First of all, let's talk about what this says about Selena as a partner. In Hollywood, we're so used to seeing celebrity couples where everything has to be perfect, Instagram-worthy, and over-the-top glamorous. But here we have Selena Gomez, one of the biggest stars on the planet, someone who could demand absolutely anything for her honeymoon, and she's choosing to make her partner comfortable over everything else. She could have insisted on the Maldives. She could have said, let's go to Paris, let's go to Greece, let's go to Thailand. But instead, she looked at Benny's fear of flying and said, you know what? Let's find a place that's just as beautiful, just as romantic, but that we can drive to. That level of consideration and empathy, that's not common, even outside of celebrity relationships. And let's talk about Benny for a second. It takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable about your fears, especially as a man in the entertainment industry where there's so much pressure to appear fearless and in control. Think about it. They're starting their married life by showing each other that they can work through challenges together. That's the foundation of a strong relationship right there. By choosing to drive to Mexico, they're not just avoiding planes. They're creating an experience. Imagine a road trip from LA down through California, across the border, with the windows down, their favorite music playing, stopping at little towns along the way. That's time together that they wouldn't get if they just hopped on a 2-hour flight. In a world where everything moves so fast, they're choosing slow travel. They're choosing the journey over the destination. Now let's talk about Mexico itself, because this country is an incredible choice for a honeymoon. First of all, Mexico offers unbelievable diversity. If Selena and Benny want beaches, they've got the stunning coastlines of Tulum, Cabo San Lucas, or Puerto Vallarta. If they want culture and history, there's Mexico City, Oaxaca, or Guanajuato. If they want luxury and privacy, there are exclusive resorts in Punta Mita or the Riviera Maya. And here's something that makes Mexico even more perfect for this couple specifically. It's meaningful to Selena on a personal level. As many of you know, Selena is of Mexican descent through her father's side. Her connection to Mexican culture has been an important part of her identity. So choosing Mexico for their honeymoon isn't just about convenience or Benny's fear of flying. It's also about Selena sharing an important part of her heritage with her new husband. Imagine them exploring the places that connect to her roots, trying authentic regional cuisine, experiencing the warmth of Mexican hospitality together. Plus, let's be real about the logistics. Mexico is incredibly accessible from the United States. If they're leaving from Southern California, they could be in Baja California or even further south in just a few hours. They could even make it a multi-stop journey, experiencing different regions of Mexico during their honeymoon. Mexico also offers authenticity. Yes, there are luxury options, but there's also real culture, real people, real experiences. They can engage with the local community, experience genuine Mexican traditions, and create memories that are actually meaningful. Let's dive deeper into this road trip aspect because honestly, this might be the most romantic part of the whole story. Picture this. Selena and Benny, newlyweds, probably in some gorgeous, comfortable vehicle, hitting the open road. No TSA security lines, no flight delays, no cramped airplane seats. Just them, the road, and their future together. Road trips have this magical quality, don't they? There's something about being in a car together for hours that creates intimacy. You talk, you sing, you stop at random places that catch your eye. And for someone like Benny, who has anxiety about flying, being on the ground, in control, able to stop whenever he wants, that's not just comfortable, it's empowering. Instead of his fear being something that limits him, it's become the catalyst for a completely different kind of adventure. I love the visual of them crossing the border. Maybe at sunset, knowing they're entering a new country together as a married couple. There's symbolism there, right? Crossing boundaries, exploring new territory, both literally and metaphorically in their relationship. By driving, they have complete control over their schedule. If they find a charming little town they love, they can stay an extra day. If they hear about an amazing restaurant or a beautiful hidden beach, they can change their route. They're not locked into flight times and hotel check-ins. They have freedom. There's also something very old-school romantic about a road trip. It harkens back to classic American romance, to the idea of just getting in a car with the person you love and seeing where the road takes you. Okay, let's get deeper here, because I think this honeymoon choice reveals so much about their relationship. First and foremost, it shows that they prioritize each other's comfort and well-being over appearances. In celebrity culture, there's so much pressure to have the perfect wedding, the perfect honeymoon, the perfect everything. But Selena and Benny are saying, you know what? Perfect for us means something different. Perfect means both of us feeling good about our choices. It also shows incredible emotional intelligence and maturity. Selena could have minimized Benny's fear or tried to convince him to just get over it and fly somewhere exotic. But instead, she validated his feelings and worked with him to find an alternative. That's the kind of emotional support that makes relationships last. From Benny's side, being open about his fear of flying shows vulnerability and authenticity. He's being real, and Selena clearly appreciates that authenticity. This choice also suggests that they value experiences over appearances. They're not choosing a destination to impress people. They're choosing a destination and a journey that will actually be meaningful to them. Selena gets to share an important part of her heritage with Benny. Benny gets to feel comfortable and safe. They both get an adventure. That's synergy. The fact that they can navigate something like planning a honeymoon with such thoughtfulness and mutual respect bodes really well for their future together. Now, let's have some fun and speculate about where exactly in Mexico they might go. If I were to guess, I'd say they're probably looking at somewhere in the Riviera Maya or maybe Tulum. These areas offer incredible luxury and privacy, plus they have that perfect mix of beach, culture, and natural beauty. Imagine Selena and Benny staying in one of those incredible eco-luxury resorts with open-air architecture, private beaches, maybe even their own cenote for swimming. Or maybe they go the Cabo route. Cabo San Lucas and San Jose del Cabo are easier drives from Southern California and offer world-class luxury. But here's a fun possibility. What if they do a multi-stop honeymoon? They could start in Baja California, spend a few days in Valle de Guadalupe, which is Mexico's wine country, then drive further south to Cabo. Maybe even continue down to Puerto Vallarta. The beautiful thing about driving is that they're not limited to one location. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about what this story represents. For years, we've been fed this narrative that celebrity relationships have to be perfect, over the top, and constantly impressive. But Selena and Benny are showing us something different. They're showing us that real love is about accommodation, understanding, and making choices that work for both people in the relationship, not for the cameras or Instagram, but for yourselves. Benny's fear of flying is something a lot of people actually deal with. According to various studies, somewhere between 20 to 40% of people have some level of anxiety about flying. So Benny's fear is not unusual. He and Selena are normalizing the idea that it's okay to have fears, and it's okay to work around them. You don't have to force yourself to do things that terrify you just because that's what's expected. And Selena's response, accommodation rather than judgment, that's the model for how partners should support each other. This story also highlights how celebrity relationships are becoming more authentic and relatable. Selena and Benny are part of a new generation of celebrities who are changing the narrative around what love looks like and what matters. Of course, we can't talk about Selena without talking about her incredible fan base. When rumors about the Mexico honeymoon started circulating, fans went absolutely wild on social media. Twitter exploded with reactions. TikTok was full of people creating content about it. And you know what? The reaction has been overwhelmingly positive. Fans are calling it the most romantic thing ever. People are praising Selena for being such a supportive partner. Others are applauding Benny for being open about his fear of flying. So there you have it, everyone. The rumored honeymoon plans of Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Mexico is the destination of choice, specifically because Benny Blanco is afraid of flying, and the road connection means they can drive to their romantic getaway instead. What could have been seen as a limitation has been turned into an opportunity for adventure, cultural connection, and a journey that they'll remember forever. This choice tells us so much about who they are as individuals and as a couple. It shows us Selena's empathy and support. It shows us Benny's vulnerability and authenticity. It shows us that they prioritize each other's comfort over appearances. And it shows us that love doesn't have to look like what we see in movies. It just has to work for the two people in the relationship. I think there's something we can all learn from this story. Relationships work best when we're authentic about who we are, including our fears and vulnerabilities, and when we choose partners who support us rather than judge us.
So, what do you think?
Are you loving this rumored honeymoon plan as much as I am? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks so much for being part of our community, and I can't wait to share more exciting stories with you all. Until then, keep believing in love that's real, authentic, and perfectly imperfect.